Welcome back to the channel. For the next few weeks, you're going to see me interview some of the Arnold Classic Open Men's bodybuilders on this channel. We're going to dive into their approach to prep, how they balance their life, and how they deal with struggles. And today, guys, we got a special one. We got Antoine Vaillant today, and this is one of the best interviews that I've done. So stick around. What is up? We are here with Antoine Vaillant, one of Canada's best bodybuilders, Mr. Canada 2012.
Yep.
Also multiple open men's bodybuilding champion, and you're going to the Arnold's for the second time.
My first time actually was an amateur. Amateurs. So technically my second time, you're right. But first time yeah.
I remember you because when I went to the Arnold's, I remember getting all the information watching you before to the Arnold's. Did you came up would you come like second or
so I was second to the overall winner in the super heavy.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So appreciate you coming on, man. I'm stoked. I got some sweet questions to ask you, some good old questions, and we're just gonna see where you're at with your prep, what's going on for you, what's your plans this year, what's your mindset going into this, so thanks for coming on. Appreciate you. And man, anything you want to say first before we hack away at the questions?
Well, I am hosting a few podcasts myself. One on the HD Muscle channel, Pure Muscle Radio, and also I do a couple podcasts for IVB AMA, and you can go on ivbama.org to watch some of those, or the YouTube channel IVB AMA. I do the Jiu-Jitsu podcast with Juji, and I do Avian the Wrath with Frank, but I've been doing mostly the Jiu-Jitsu podcast, and you're gonna have to come on that one too.
Well, guys, you're already following them, so just make sure you guys head over and watch the podcast. They're great, full of knowledge, full of fun, education, edutainment, all that good stuff. So let's get it. So you're how many weeks out are we now from the Arnold? We're elite, what, 8?
So 7 weeks already.
Yeah, already.
I know.
How are you feeling so far? How's your prep? Amongst all preps before, where does this one stand from previous preps?
So it's funny because the older I got, the faster the preps went by, and I remember the past few preps I did, it was like, wow, it was going by quick, but I feel like this one went by way faster than usual.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. I started 17 weeks out like usual, but the first 6 weeks went by so quick. Then it was Christmas time. And then I was already we already 3 weeks after Christmas almost, right? So damn, what, 7 weeks out already? Because the 6 weeks out number is that's I should be ready soon now. So I feel like I'm a little bit scared. It's already 6 weeks out next week. Yeah. But usually I always end up being super conditioned and stuff, so I'm not too worried about that. Today I had my first day where I was oh, I wish I was home napping instead of doing legs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But after, it doesn't matter how I feel anymore. If I feel good or bad, I'm going to get the sets done anyway. So I just don't think about it. And I go, you know what? Let's just start doing the first rep, the first set, and just move on. And then after a really fucking hard set, I feel better and I'm more awake than the beginning of the workout. So I had a good leg workout today. I'm training with Morgan McDonald. I don't know if you know who he is. Yeah, we've been having really good workouts. So this prep, I've been training with him since the beginning. It's the first time in a long time I have a training partner for every workout.
Yeah, nice.
So I think that's really cool. It makes a big difference. But the mindset is good. The mindset's the same. It's I wake up and then every day you're how can I make this day the best possible so I can be the best possible at the show, right? That's all it is. And the more I get older, the more I add gratitude in the mix, and I question things more. Then I realize that, it's good to obsess over things, but I also need to be aware of how lucky I am to be doing this. Yes. And I also need to be aware of my surroundings, how I act with people, and I'm just a better bodybuilder and also better person on prep than before. So yeah, I try not to be an asshole too much,
Okay, who's your last partner?
Training partner?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I would train sometimes with Cody Dorian and Robin Strand at the gym.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it would always be for sparingly, like once in a while, or I would try for a few weeks and stop. Usually I always train by myself, to be honest.
Yeah, like so I mean, Morgan's a workhorse. I know Morgan, he's a beast. I think it's like, from my experience, I always have the saying, like, you're either running from somebody or running or trying to catch up. And I think that's having that during your entire prep, you know, like, especially like having a partner who would, you know, get off your ass type thing, like, you know, you gotta come, you know, it's accountability kind of thing. Like, you can't slack off, you know, your guy's there at the gym waiting for you or whatever. But that's cool to see. Like, I'm excited to see what happens, because this is the first time I've seen you. I remember you used to train with, like, you know, everybody. Like, I've been watching you forever, but this is the first time I've noticeably seen you with, like, a partner that's, you know, a training partner that's an everyday day in day out type thing. So, what is Morgan getting ready for anything soon? Or
Morgan is probably going to do a show like next year, because he wants to be bigger, believe it or not. But at his height, it's like, I understand. But he's like 320 right now with like fucking glutes leaner than me. Just how is this position, like abs and the huge legs, veins everywhere. So for me, like, if I'm gonna have a training partner, I don't want to have a training partner where I'm gonna only be giving him a boost, right? So for me, it's like, he's 30 years old, I think. He's like younger than me. He's 320. He's lean. He's huge. So if I look at the guy on the machine or doing exercise, he's fucking a huge bodybuilder. Yeah. So I'm like, that's like they you know, I'm with like fresh young blood, like of mass. And for him, I think it's like he probably likes training with me because, of course, I'm gonna do the Arnold. I did the Olympia, right? So it's like we're both motivating each other like that. But for me, it's like, I'm not gonna train a guy who does like men's physique, for example. No, it doesn't work. I'm like, I don't know, man.
There's not one men's physique you would choose. Like, if you had one men's physique you could pick.
I would choose one men's physique.
Who would it be?
I would probably train with Jeremy Bundia.
Jeremy Bundia?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
I wasn't expecting that.
The first name that came to my mind. Oh, okay. And then I would have a board shorts pose off afterwards. I'm sure you'd be down at this point.
Of course.
We've had a couple before, but that's a thing of the past.
I did really. You guys had a little beef before.
Oh, it was kind of funny. Yeah, it's when I did a guest posing with the board shorts.
Oh my god, I remember that.
It wasn't a real beef, but yeah.
A lot of guys were pissed. A lot of men's physique guys were butthurt.
Yeah, but they thought I was making fun of them. But the thing is, I was making fun of myself because I don't belong in board shorts.
Yeah.
No, I was making fun of me. But it's okay. I mean, sometimes I do things and I don't think too much, you know. But if I thought too much, I wouldn't be doing anything either. So
no, for sure. We were talking at the Olympia, and I remember exactly. I'm gonna make sure my guys put it in the recording. But you said that the goal was, you hopefully want to qualify for Olympia, get qualified. You want to play so you can do your routine because you got this sweet routine, locked in, loaded. And then you want to win a pro show or just get to the Olympia and then win, and then, you know, place however like best you can. And then you said that might be it for you if that happens. If that happens, is that still kind of the plan, or? Yeah.
So it's funny you say that because the goal with Arnold, like, I want to win Best Poser award because I think I can probably do that. And me and actually Taylor, my fiance, we've been working on the routine again. So we're building it back up with the same kind of song I had for the Olympia that I didn't get to do. So I want to do that. I want to be super full on stage for once. And also I want to qualify for the Olympia, and I think that will be the chance I can really have for that is the Detroit Pro that I didn't announce I'm going to do yet, but I'm kind of aiming for the Detroit Pro.
Okay.
I know Martin Fitzwater is doing it so far, but I think that's a show, that's a new pro show. People are going to want to do it, but I think my caliber is high enough to fucking get that one and get a qualification. Yeah. So that's kind of my goals. And if I do like all of that, I do the Olympia for the third time this year, because I was talking about what do I want to do more after that, right? Like, should I just retire now after this? So it's like, yeah, maybe. But the thing is, like, I feel like now my body is like responding in a way that I didn't respond before. I'm like, man, would it be kind of suck to just retire now when I'm actually like improving so much?
Yeah.
But I think I'm improving so much because I rested so long in the
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it would keep going like that. That's not. So I think I've got to. I've always done that with bodybuilding. I'm gonna focus on the goals I have at hand and then see what's next. Because even when I was 16 years old, I never said I'm gonna be in the Olympia stage one day. I was like, I'm gonna do a show. My first show, I'm gonna do that. And then once I got that, okay, I'm gonna do Mr. Quebec under 21. I did that. Okay, now I want to win Mr. Quebec under 21. I did that. Then I was like, I want to win Canada under 21. I did that. Then I went on to the open category. I got my ass kicked. Ben Pekulski did it. So I was like, I got to build myself back up. And then I just tried to compete and be good. And then at the Arnold Amateur, I got second to the overall winner. Only then I thought that, hey, maybe I could turn pro. I was one place away from shaking Arnold's hand and getting a pro card.
Yeah.
This is when I realized I could be pro. And once I turned pro, I wanted to do a pro show. And then 2013 was a fucking mess, to be honest. And then I wanted to come back and just go on stage again. I got fourth at Toronto. And then my goal after that was to win a pro show, only after I got fourth place in a pro show. But I tore my bicep, came back, and then I won a pro show. And I was like, I want to do the Olympia. And then now my goal is to do the Arnold. So I've never thought, it's funny to me, like, when a guy comes in, like, yeah, I'm going to compete against Bumstead in a few years, you'll see. And they never competed.
Yeah.
One step at a time,
Yeah.
So I've always thought like that. So even now with this year coming up, I'm gonna think about my goals. Once they're done, I'm gonna see what's next.
Yeah.
If I would retire after a third pro win, a best posing award given by Arnold, and another Olympia, it wouldn't be a bad career for like 22 years of competing, right?
Yeah.
But I was thinking more about that when I talked to you. But lately, I'm so into prep, and it's working so well. I don't think like that as much anymore.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna do these shows. I'm gonna try to get my goals, and then reassess after that.
Okay, so let's just say like you're gonna do it. You're gonna be at the Arnold, at your best, full, peeled. Where do you believe that you can place full and peeled? Like you're absolute. Like you bring your best, the way you need to, the way you can. Where do you think you can place at this year's Arnold?
Well, if a couple guys slip up and make a couple mistakes, I think it can be like a top 6 for sure.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good guys, to be honest. But like, if I'm like fucking nails, like my best ever, and some guys who are like can maybe like beat me at their best, like Rafael Brandao is like really good, right?
Yeah.
He's a little bit bigger. I'm like, shit, that guy. If we're both at our best, be a fucking battle, to be honest.
Yeah,
if like I don't know if it's a still trains him or not, but if his coach fucks something up and he slips down a couple places, I go up. The thing is, at this point, it all depends like who's the 100% and who's like 10% less good. Because if somebody is like 80%, they can just go down to like 7th place.
Easy.
If they were 100%, they go up to like 3rd place.
Yeah.
A good example of that is when I won my first pro show, the Cali Pro. The week before, I was 7th place.
Yeah.
A week later, 1st place.
Yeah.
Beating guys like Hassan and a bunch of other really good pros that were like competing. It's just that at the pro level, in the top 3, top 4, top 5, it's all about like who's 5% better and who's like 5% slipping up. It will depend who's like shows up at their best, but if everyone shows up at their best, dude, it's a pretty good show because Andrew Jack is there, Hubiel is there, fucking Hadi, Mr. Olympia is there, Samson's there. It's like right there. It's like it's a good guys. James Ollingshed's there.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a good show. I think it's gonna depend on like who's gonna mess up their peak week or something, you know.
Well, it looks like to me there looks like to be more like aesthetic size guys at this show. So like for what I see, you know, you fit in. When I hear guys like Andrew Jack, Samson Dauda, you know, Rafael Brandao, yourself, I'm looking at you guys are mass monsters with like you're mass with class, right? So like those are really good. I would love to see that comparison would be awesome. Like, you know, obviously like Heidi's going to be there and you know whatever, but
yeah,
I think a majority of the guys are there's a lot of good mass with class there, and I think that you can. I think you and Rafael are a really good matchup. Like, I think that's one of those whoever slips up is gonna take.
Yeah, if I'm flat, I can't.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
bigger
gonna
than
do
you.
it. Huh?
You have bigger legs to me, hamstring wise. From the back, I feel you're a lot better.
Yeah, maybe. But the guy improved a lot since last time I
Well,
saw him.
yeah, yeah,
But so who's the mass monsters at the show? There's Horse MD and Rubriel, are kind of like the big massive guys.
yeah, yeah.
So I think those are the two. I mean, James Shed as
James, yeah,
he's a mass guy, but he's also like really good proportions. People that
yeah,
he's like kind of in between. So I don't know. It's gonna be a good show. And to be honest, it's gonna be great to like be with the best in the world.
Yeah.
Actually have like good comparisons, because at the Olympia, the last one I did, it was like 30 something guys.
yeah.
And then I was like right at like the 16th, 17th place, and after 16, it's all like ND did not place, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was the first guy who did not place after James, so they didn't compare me. I was like,
You didn't
if
get
I
a chance.
actually got compared, maybe I could have like,
Yeah,
who knows? Like you always want to be compared, but with the Arnold, there's only 13 guys.
yeah.
Like, if they only do 2 call-outs, it's gonna be a short show, so they're gonna fucking make us pose. I hope.
What do you think should like when it comes to like the Olympia? I know like the Arnold's an invite Olympia, you qualify, but in my opinion, I feel like they should have 15 max at the Olympia. That's just I think 15 max.
Well, the 2020 Olympia, there was 16 guys.
Yeah,
So Regan was 15, Juan Morel was 16, I was 14.
yeah,
So that was like a normal Olympia. The reason why there was 30 something guys, I think, is because with the COVID stuff, there was a half a year that got pushed in the show, the Olympia, I think, something like that.
yeah.
There was some shows that were like double. There was like 2 New York Pro winners at the same Olympia.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's always been around like like a 20, like a 15 to 20 competitor list.
Yeah, 20's fine, right? Because you get the
20s.
first 6, the second 6, then there's like 8 more to compare.
I think they should have like the qualification process should be you have like a certain amount of shows that you can only win. Like say there's only 15 to 20 shows that are 100% qualified for the Olympia, and then the rest are like tier shows that you got. You know what I mean? You got to keep winning to win and get yourself up. I don't know. I think it's make it more exciting, especially the other classes. The other classes are just like
You know what's
ridiculous.
crazy? Like back then, top 3 would qualify for the Olympia.
Yeah,
And was there a lot of guys? Is there just more pro shows now? Is that what it is?
there's way more pro shows now. Like way more shows. There's way more shows not only just in North America but like around the world. There's way more in like Europe. There's way more in like South America. There's way more in like in China. There's way more in the Middle East. Like there's every continent has like like almost every country almost has a freaking pro show.
What if they did this? For example, like take Europe. So you get all the pro show winners in Europe, and then a week from the Olympia, you have like the final qualifier, and all the winners recompete again, and only the top 8 go to the Olympia in the US. And then the US could do the same though.
Yeah.
The US could do the same. All the pro show winners of the US, that would be a fucking crazy show. Like a week out, redo a show at the same time as the one in Europe, and the top 8 of each compete for the full top 16.
Like almost like a true like bracket system. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. And then people would compete in Europe way more because it's
For
easier
sure.
to win there, you know?
yeah. There's way more ways to make it way more competitive and exciting. I feel that we're not capitalizing on, but
Yeah, I don't know. They used to have a point system where like there was like 5 guys who would compete just with the let's say if they all got second places,
yeah.
they'd rack up enough points. Regan did one Olympia like that actually. The one he did in 2020, I think he showed up to his first Olympia on points.
Yeah.
He got like a third,
remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
second place, yeah. I mean, I don't mind if there's like a lot of guys, right? Because, for example, like the top 10 is the top 10, and the rest is like you're really fighting to squeeze in there.
Yeah.
You know, like so it's like even there's like 20 or 30 guys, the top 10 is always like predictable. And that's what I like about the Arnold. There's only 13 guys. I like one of the chosen few by like Arnold and his team. So it's like you feel like you're like it's almost like more exciting for me than the Olympia for some reason. Because it's like it's something new. I've never done it, and the Arnold Classic has always been fucking badass.
Yeah.
You know, with the first one, I think Kevin Lavroni won that one. The first one, I think, in '91.
Yeah.
So it's always cool to. I mean, it's a cool show, to be honest. It's like
I like the Arnold. I think it's just because of Arnold himself. There's just the prestige
yeah,
behind it. You know what I mean? Like you're like, it almost has. You obviously win more money at the Olympia, but the Arnold, like even, even Arnold himself is an Olympian, right?
true.
So it's like,
Yeah,
you can even make it's. You can almost argue and say the Olympia should be called the Arnold, whatever, right?
yeah.
But
Well, at some point when they were like increasing the price of the Arnold, I was like, "Fuck, is it gonna go over the price of like the Olympia?" And then it's like gonna become the show people want to do. But Olympia will always stay Olympia. But the Arnold is becoming more and more prestigious. Like, look, like Hadi's doing the Arnold. He's Olympia. So that tells you something, right? And the third place, Samson is doing it again to win the. So it's gonna be a good show. And just to tell you, like today I bought like a Arnold Classic 2024 T-shirts and an Arnold Classic poster on the website. Like just because I'm a fan too, right? I'm a fan, so I'm buying shit, but at the same time I'm competing. I'm like, situation because people don't understand. Like most of us, like pro bodybuilders, we're a fan of the sport first. So like, of course, I'm excited to go to the Arnold because I'm going. Like, I have the best fucking ticket. I'm on stage.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy about it. So that's gonna be a fun time. And the thing is, at my age, like I was mentioning at the Olympia, it's like if I'm gonna retire, like in I don't know how many years, but like let's say like 2, 3, whatever it is, right? How many shows? How many times on stage am I gonna get up there? Let's say I do like Arnold UK, Detroit, Olympia. That's 4. All right. Let's say I add a guest posing in there, 5.
Yeah.
So and then is there 5 more or not? That's not a lot.
Yeah. No, it's not.
I can count them in my fingers.
Yeah. Now, do you think have you been in that place yet? Of like, have you been in the moment and been like felt? Have you put your place in like what is it going to feel like being retired? Because you've been competing since you were a junior.
2004.
So
First show. 16 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're talking a couple decades.
Yeah, I had a 5-year hiatus where I was like struggling with drug addiction, obviously. So that doesn't count, but it's like my body was getting beat up in another way, I guess. But remove that, it's still like I was still training, right? So like from 2004 to now, that's like 20 years of competing.
Yeah.
No, more than that. Yeah, 2024, 20 years of competing. So that's a good career. I mean, there's some people are retired like shorter than that. Like, what's Dorian Yates' career? Is it 20? I think it's less.
Mine was less than mine was only 2017.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny, right?
I was a late bloomer, man. I didn't start till I was 28, so
That's cool. That's
cool.
cool.
Every time I was when I talked to Flex and stuff and like other bodybuilders who started when they're young, I'm like, what was I doing? When did you get your program? Like 21. Like, what was I doing when I was 21? I was like, I was playing football. Then I was in college. I was making fun of bodybuilders.
Yeah.
You know Prince. Remember, Prince from from here.
Prince Bowline, right?
So yeah, Vobang. He said he was one of the first bodybuilders I met. Like he went to the same university. So like we would make fun of him. Like we would literally just make fun of him because he was a bodybuilder. That's where I was when I was younger, and then now I'm a retired bodybuilder and I love the sport. All right, man. Appreciate you again, man, coming on. And guys, thank you for watching. Until next time, you know what it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.